Stop. There's a supercell storm and it's definitely coming. It's pouring down rain.
Coffs Harbour in the wet. We have had, over the last 2 nights, around 100 mil of rain.
Oh!
Last time out, we put 2 budget rigs head to head in Coffs Harbour. Now, we find ourselves ready to go for round 2. Coffs Harbour, on the other hand, it has different ideas.
Sit rep, the steering rack end has snapped in half. The disco's done panel damage, Dave's just done a bead, I did a tyre, the boys are back down the bottom of the hill, it's slippery as all heck, it's raining, we've got broken cars, we're winching. This is Coffs Harbour at its finest.
Swim away! Oh.
Jesse, mate, Coffs Harbour, it is the Zook versus the Disco, and we've been going hard on some tough as nails tracks. Now,
super hard.
It's time to step it up a notch.
Obviously, last episode we had a bit of a scoring system going, mate, and the end of that episode I was in front the tiniest bit, and I thought the whole idea of these 2 cars was cheap, level playing field cars, but I noticed you've got a rear locker.
It's pretty funny that you're ahead of me in the points and I still had a rear locker. So I reckon now is the time to do some mods before we get into the tough tracks.
Exactly, and I had mods in mind when I went past town. A rear auto locker for the Zook.
So you got a rear locker to throw in that. I'm gonna do a few, we'll call it cosmetic mods. And the reason for that is I've got a grand plan with this thing, and it's 2 words, camel trophy. The whole plan with it is I want to do a bit of a camel trophy inspired build, so whilst you're putting a rear locker in there, I'm going to chuck a few mods on this to make it look the part a little bit more, and then, what do you reckon, we get back out on the tracks and test them out?
Sounds good, mate. My job might take longer, but your job's harder, trying to make a Land Rover look good.
Oh, it's not hard at all, mate. Look at it. It's a marvel of British engineering. Time starts now, mate, and
let's go.
The points matter. Let's go. This adventure starts at camp with a little side mission to set us up for the trip. Some campsite mods to see if we can get a one-up on each other. With the Disco already having a sneaky rear locker, putting one in the Zook is going to bring these 2 vehicles closer in competition.
Oh, this thing's going to be a weapon.
For the Disco, well, the cat's out of the bag. And my goal with this is to turn it into a camel trophy spec rig over the coming months, with adding some modern versions of what was accepted as mods to the vehicles for the camel trophy back in the day. Well, Jesse, I think that was a successful round of mods. We made the Disco look a little bit more camel spec, and you've made the Zook a bit more capable. That's a win.
Very productive morning at camp, mate. I can't wait to test this out in the tracks. I don't know what yours is going to do other than looks, really, but you know.
Oh, it's got to look the part, mate. It's because it's a Land Rover. It's already pretty capable. I reckon we get on the tracks.
Sounds good, mate.
Let's do it. The first track we've got in mind is a perfect run to test out the new mods, especially with the Zook. It's known as Jeep Track, and has a bunch of different technical elements as well as some clay ruts to contend with at the end. Just like last time, we're joined by an awesome crew. Dave from Off-Road Animal.
I'm already bellying out.
Simon, who's jumped in the Tough Dog 80.
Oh, the 80. Hey, it's all too easy for the old girl.
Joshy in the TC Boxers Jeep.
Jeep Track, here goes nothing.
And up the rear, Tank in the 79.
Just trying the fun lines, the bonus lines. Nothing ever has happened that's bad from a bonus line.
There's one more thing to add. The radar is telling us that a lot, and I mean a lot, of rain is hovering around us. If that hits, well, the tracks in Coffs will go from wild to downright insane. For now though, it's dry and the track is just up ahead.
Well, we're basically at the start of the track now of Jeep Track. Jock's coming up in the Disco first. This rock is super grippy. We're lucky it hasn't started raining yet. It just gets better from here on in. Bring her up, Jocko.
All right, Disco. Let's see what you do on Mighty Jeep Trail. The Disco is such an underrated vehicle. Once you get a feel for driving it, there really is no stopping it. Loves it. So capable out of the box and so much fun to drive. With a bit of traction, feels good.
Here we go. As long as I can stay out of these big holes that are actually bigger than the Zook, we might be okay.
Jesse's first run with the rear-locked Zook doesn't start well. Oh.
Hey, Jesse.
Yeah, got a copy, mate.
Are you right down there, mate? Do you need some help or what's the go?
No, you just chill there for a sec. I'm just testing a couple of things on the car, man.
Oh, copy, mate. No worries. I just thought if you need a hand, I'm happy to assist. I'm just up here. Just let us know whenever you're ready. I'm ready for you.
No, I'm good, dude. Maybe if you could just like look up the hill and just try and suss a line for me. Just don't look down the truck at the moment.
I'm going to pay him back. I didn't have to winch there, and he's already doing a solo recovery because he doesn't want to lose, but I can see it. He knows it. He's going to cop it for this one.
All right, Jesse, mate. Let's see if you can get to the start of the challenge before winching this time, eh?
We're back on track. Let's see how we go.
It's going to be a spectacular day for Jesse. Some hero drives are coming, I reckon. Yes, yes. Hey, that's it.
I redeemed myself there.
You're beauty.
The camera may not do it justice, but some of the steps are no joke, just as big as the Zook. The rear locker, well, it's making light work of it.
What a rig, dude. How good's the locker?
Mate, the locker's changed the car.
Big time. And you didn't need to feed it up there,
No.
you just idled up.
You can just cruise. You don't have to rely on momentum. It's so good.
Big time, big time. Well done, mate.
Let's do this.
We are so confident that the off-road animal himself is going to drive straight up that we're further up the track. Good approach angles on that bar, Dave.
The first part of the climb doesn't pose much of a challenge for the next 3 vehicles, with all of them cruising through.
Hey.
Yep, so you want to get the front up with a little bit of rolling momentum because it's a double step, so you want to drive through it.
Until we get to Tank, who runs into some trouble. 79s are the touring kings, but when it comes to the tough stuff, they do have their fair share of dramas. One big one is the low-hanging leaf spring packs they have, that are necessary to carry the weight usually required for a 79, but are also quite often the reason they get stuck.
Tank, just stop there for a second, mate. Can you go back a little bit? Just stay there.
What's up?
I think you've snapped some U-bolts on your rear spring hangers.
Oof.
I think he's snapped these rear U-bolts.
Would have been that rock down the bottom.
Yeah.
That's not ideal.
It seems that on the run up to this challenge, somewhere along the way, the 79's U-bolts have sheared, which has caused the rear axle to move out of alignment.
Yeah. I think the only thing we can do is maybe winch it up to the flat, but I don't want that diff to come out. Can we try and strap it in place and winch it up, or?
Yeah, I guess.
With Tank in a pretty spicy position, we need to get him on some sort of flat ground before we jack this up.
Yeah. I think we're going to have our work cut out for us, mate.
Yeah.
Lucky for us, we managed to find some spare U-bolts in the camera car, which, with a few modifications, will fit the 79.
Yeah,
at least to get us off this track.
So we're just going to try and clear a bit of mud out and take this broken U-bolt off, see if we can slip the new one in there and just nip it up. Maybe get it to some flatter ground, jack it up and see if the center pin is still there and we can line it up. If it is broken, then we're just going to have to line the U-bolts being tight. Regardless, it's going to be better than the setup we've got going on now.
We need 2 straps.
Yeah.
One strap from this spring to this spring.
Yeah.
And we're going to yank it across.
Yeah.
Okay.
The main issue we have to deal with before replacing the U-bolt is aligning the diff and springs so that we can actually slip the U-bolt over.
Well, the boys have managed to locate the spring pack back onto the diff. Now it's a case of putting the new U-bolts that we got from the camera car over the top, and hopefully that should be enough to get it all squared away and we can keep going.
We thought the second part of the trip we'd take it easy. Just not break some stuff. We had some nice camps lined up. The weather's turned. The cars are broken. But we're out in the bush, we're full drive, we're having fun.
With a few straps, a winch and some elbow grease, we managed to locate the diff and the U-bolt goes on with a bit of persuasion.
Well done, Jess. All right.
Well done, Simon.
With some time lost, we are still miles from the end of the track and the sky is getting darker with some heavy rain on the way. So, it's time to get on with it.
Nah, she's just diffing. Go back. Try that.
Yeah.
Well done, Jesse. Good rock packing, mate. This thing is seriously incredible.
Well, this is about as hard as it'll get for a little Zookie, and it started to rain. Good thing Jesse put that rear locker in. I reckon it's going to get a workout on these hills. Come on, mate. Nice, Zookie line. So much better with that locker, man. That's the Jesse I know. Go as close as you can without hitting it, brother.
But Jesse runs a little too close to the tree.
At least that snorkel's got a good airflow now, mate. That's it.
Maybe I just winch.
It's an awesome effort, but the Zook just doesn't have the clearance for these massive steps.
The little winch that could.
Yeah, it's so good, man. Jesse, there was not a dent on this vehicle before you drove up Jeep tracks, mate.
Not a dent. This is probably the worst side from the last bloke that drove it.
Hello! Frank from National Tiles! I think, look, I'm going to have to deduct points, but that said, you still drove pretty well. That was pretty impressive.
I was going to actually go around that bit, but I'm just going to get used to the locker. It doesn't steer. Like, once the front wheels are light, it just wants to go straight.
It just pushes you, like it's just pushing you off the bank.
Yeah.
I reckon, for now, it's starting to rain again.
Yeah.
Let's get the other vehicles up, we'll go from there.
The Zook might have made that look tricky, and that's because it is. This will be a real test for the rest of the convoy. But Dave can steer a four-wheel drive.
Nice. Beautiful. That way. Yep, that way now.
Jesse, thank you for the spot.
Simon's also no slouch when it comes to wheeling, and doesn't mind a few spicy angles as well.
Woo-wee! That one. Wow. Hey, Treacherous. Give that a drive now. Go, ready for up. Yeah! Yes, son. All day. Brilliant. That was brilliant, dude. That was commitment with a capital C when he just taking off with the dancing up in the air like that. That was awesome. He's got some skill behind the wheel and just that auto and that. Good suspension, good travel there.
Oh, it's warm in here. Jump in, dude.
It's so warm. So much warm.
Oh, is the steering wheel heater on?
No.
Oh, can you turn that? How do you turn it on? Like this? Oh, that's
it.
Joshy and the Jeep are a formidable force, but the long wheelbase does become tricky to contend with on double steps like this one.
Very slippery.
Additionally, the track is now wet from the constant drizzle of rain, making it extra difficult.
Oh.
Yeah, beautiful. So that, perfect, dude, perfect.
Ah, damn it.
It's a solid effort from Josh, and a little winch will help him get over this last section.
Righto.
Left hand down, left hand down. There you go.
As we continue along Jeep track, the weather worsens, and it's just in time for us to hit the clay rut section towards the top of the track. A little bit of rain on the Coffs Harbour tracks, it turns them from mild to downright insane. Right now I'm trying to straddle this slippery clay rut, and I have a feeling I'm going to slip in right about now. Here we go. This is a tricky one. With the ground being clay and now completely drenched by the incoming rain, the disco has got about zero traction.
I think we should probably just winch from here. I just don't want to trolley that side of the car.
And in the interest of not ruining any more panels, if there are any straight ones left, this one is a winch job. Coffs Harbour in the wet. Make sure you service your winch and you have a good one in your vehicle if you're coming up here and it rains, because you're gonna need it.
Wow.
Slippery. I may have taken the slow and steady approach, but Jesse has other ideas.
Zook lines! Clifford is a weapon with a relocker, and just how small he is. It's not about the size, it's about how you use it.
Highline or inside the rut? What can we do?
With all that mint off-road animal bar work, it doesn't matter which line you take. The slider takes the hit and Dave's through, no fuss.
Yeah! Wow! Not even a mark on a panel, mate.
If you could sum that up in one word, commitment.
Yeah,
That
he
was-
backed off when he knew he was going to fall in, straight back on it. The bar work kept him off the banks. That was awesome.
With a little bit of choose your own adventure going on, it's hard to tell which way Simon will take this.
My goodness.
Oh, he's doing the Tokyo drift.
He's doing the side riding thing. Yeah! Yeah, Simon!
Wow, that was impressive. The 80 was just slip sliding away the whole way up.
Coffs Harbour drift, mate.
With the leaf spring being held together by a bush fix and the weight of the vehicle, this is going to be a big ask for the 79. Tank's done what he can and he's got the winch out, which is the right call with that temporary U-bolt fix holding the rear together. Joshy is attempting the Zook line, but with a vehicle twice the size, it'll be interesting.
Swim away! I don't know if we'll be able to go back either.
This isn't where I'm meant to park my car.
You'll have to steer left and try and come forward. You're not going back. Yeah, did it
That's
right.
it.
Beautiful. Come forward now,
Yeah.
drifting. Yep.
There you go.
Yeah.
Swim
Left,
away.
left, left.
Somehow, Joshy has made it through. Just. Joshy, I see you put the whole weight of the Jeep on the corner, mate. How'd she fare?
Yeah, it was a pretty big hit. A little bit of a bend there, mate. That one's ripped a bolt on the tail fin. But when I get back to the factory, we'll rip those off and just put 2 new replacement parts on.
Yeah, because you can just unbolt this whole section, hey?
Yep, all comes off.
Mate, for how hard you hit that, it's actually fared pretty good. In fact, you can unbolt it. Happy days.
Easy as.
Good news is, mate, there's plenty more to come and it's getting slipperier as we go. So let's keep going, eh?
Onwards and upwards, mate. Let's go.
With the end of the track in sight, light fading and the rain getting heavier, it's probably as good a time as any to head to camp.
There's a SUPERCELL storm, and it's definitely come in. It's pouring down rain. This is probably our 3rd trip of come across the track. You've got to prepare, you've got to have a chainsaw. Add a bit of extra time to go trip. Anyway, we've got a lot of blokes to chop this tree down.
As we push further into the hinterlands of Coffs, the rain worsens and the road begins to flood. We need to hunker down and let this storm pass overnight before continuing any further.
Well, Jesse, mate, the rain has well and truly turned on.
It has been set in all day, mate. We've probably had about 50 mil, I reckon.
I reckon so. I reckon I can feel wet socks,
Yeah.
but have a minor problem.
Yeah.
And this seems to be a general theme with us once again.
Yeah.
Our camp setups leave a little bit to be desired.
Yeah.
I think we should set up some form of awning because neither of
I
us have
thought
one.
you were bringing the awning.
I thought you were bringing an awning.
I was going to bring a gazebo, but nah.
Yeah, that's fair. Mind you, an awning, it looked pretty funny on the Zook.
It would
But
look pretty funny.
I reckon what we should do is I've got a ground sheet, you've got a tarp.
Yep.
What if we cable tie my ground sheet to my roof rack and then down to your bar?
And I'll back till it's tight.
Yeah, and
Yep.
then if we get your tarp and cable tie it to my ground
Off
sheet,
the
maybe
side.
off the side, like a
Couple
like
of pegs.
Yeah, like an A-frame.
And we'll
or
fit
a
under
lean-to.
there like a little hut and stay
Yeah.
dry.
And then if it gets really cold and wet, we can share a swag.
We can cuddle in the cubby.
Perfect. All right, well, let's start setting up, eh? Because
Sounds
I am
good.
getting very wet
Yeah,
and I need a
I'm
beer.
soaked, dude. I'm soaked.
You know what they say, a home is what you make of it.
All right, one more thing to finish off Jesse and my 5-star camp setup tonight, and that is to get the old thermocell going. This is the MR300, super handy for keeping mozzies and things away because it's so damp here in Coffs Harbour at the moment. They have been clawing at us like nothing else. So I'm just gonna start it up. How good is that? She's all fired up. There's a couple of swags under here tonight. There's mine, Jesse's, and the camera crew. So we're gonna need this just to give us a nice radius, keep the bugs away.
Super simple. When it's cold and rainy, my good friend Shauno always has a remedy for this, a cook-up. So let's see if we can warm up the boys with a bit of a feed. Welcome to another episode of Cooking with Sean and Graham from Alibaba. So what are we doing tonight, mate?
Mate, we mightn't be as good as those blokes, but we'll get your belly full. So
Yeah,
we're
we
going
will.
to do, my mate Jock here loves a bit of GYG, so this is called Bush Guzzies.
Bush Guzzi, mate. I love the bush and I love Guzzi, so perfect pairing.
Yeah.
So talk me through it. What's the plan here?
So the only thing Jock can cook is burgers, the only thing
That's
I can
true.
cook is burritos, but Jock is good at making a burger sauce. I've got a special job for you tonight, mate.
Ooh, okay. Do I have to
You're
make a
the
sauce?
guacamole dude.
Oh,
We've got
the
some
guac guy.
avocados, got a bit
Yep.
of guac mix, got a bit of lemon.
An avocado.
Yep.
Thanks. Look how many there
an
are.
avocado. I know the video.
Perfect.
And I'll start bunging this meat together, putting some ingredients in, and when we eat like normal, we'll turn the lights off so no one can see.
Bloody beauty, mate. Sounds good. So, I think I need a bowl to make this guac in. I better go get a bowl.
You get the bowl, I'll get the cooker going.
Roger that. Mate, Coffs, I think, has its own weather system.
Oh, it does.
And
I've never been here and have it not rain.
I reckon this is probably the wettest it's ever been. Mm-hmm. But full credit to the boys. There's been smiles on faces. We've been having fun. We've been getting after it. And the vehicles are done exceptionally well, I reckon.
They're a little bit battered and bruised, but they're still going and driving to camp tonight.
Yeah, I was about to say exceptionally well because we've been fixing them most of the time,
Yeah.
but still pretty impressive. And what do you reckon about tomorrow? What's the plan? What do you want to
I
achieve
think
in the wet?
wherever we go tomorrow, there's going to be mud.
Yeah.
It's going to be slippery. I used to be a digger driver and a plumber, so whenever it was a rain day, I'd go mud bogging.
Yeah.
Because it was the perfect time to do it.
To be honest, I think everyone's a bit of a closet mud driver.
Yeah.
So what's next, mate? The guac's done.
I'm just trying to get all the redness out of this meat. You know,
Yeah.
the boys said they don't want it medium rare like their steaks.
That's
Got a
fair.
bit going on here. I'll bung some stuff in. We've got some rice to fill it out. I think this pot is going to be overflowing. Do you want to start cutting those flavour packets open, Jocko?
Yeah, mate.
Now you love GYG, don't you?
Whoop. Yep, I do love Guzzi.
And you see, once you tip that in,
Whoop.
I'll give the packet back to you. You read the packet.
Yeah.
It says in there you got to add water. But you know why the GYG buildings are yellow?
Why?
They use 4X, not water. That's
Is
why I
that
haven't
right?
opened this yet. So,
There's a bit more in there, Ian.
you've got to pour some 4X in,
Is that right?
and that is the liquid
That's the
to mix
secret
it
from
together.
Guzzi.
That's the secret ingredient, dude.
Wow.
That's why their buildings are yellow. True
I didn't
story.
know that.
Yep. We're nearly ready to dish up, dude.
Yeah,
We're
we
gonna
are.
need some knives and forks and stuff. You got anything in the disco?
I may not have an awning, but I am prepared. Let me go get my
All right.
snatch kit. Look at this, mate. I've got everything we need.
Oh, they're good. I got one of them at home. Oh, dude, that's cool. I didn't know it hung up.
Ready to go.
Why didn't we have that there the whole time?
Yeah, I know, we should have. Here you go. There's a spoon. Plop.
And another spoon.
There's a few
Plop.
things missing. Thanks, guys.
What do you reckon, mate? We're nearly ready to call everyone in.
I
think
reckon.
that's just about done.
I reckon we called the boys.
Yeah.
Hey, boys, come get a burrito.
Love is up.
Yum, 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 yum. So, what you need to do is grab yourself a burrito, grab yourself some meat, and then basically do it all yourself.
Self-serve. There's salsa, there's sour cream, there's a bit of corn,
There's some
guacamole,
there's some bits of cheese.
half-grated cheese. Get into it. Get
And
into
the
it.
hot
And
sauce.
the hot sauce.
Well, mate, mine's more of a bowl than a burrito,
Burrito
but
bowl, dude.
looks sensational, and
Yeah.
I am genuinely impressed that that sambar log got the 5 stars.
I can see the sparks from here, mate. It's cranking.
The rain has eased up a bit. What do you reckon, boys? Let's go eat our burritos by the fire.
Yep.
Maybe a couple more 4X's and then into bed, eh?
Sounds good.
How good.
The forecast says that this rain should clear overnight, which is good, because we're now deep in the bush, and our only way out is through access roads that could become treacherous when wet. Let's see what tomorrow brings.
Why wait 12 months for a brand new Land Cruiser GR Sport when you could win this one right here? This Toyota Land Cruiser GR Sport is going to be one of the best four-wheel drives on the market right now. 700 Newton meters of torque, twin lock, and it's ready to be set up exactly how you like it. And you'll be able to camp just about anywhere with this on-the-move Trax off-road caravan. With independent suspension, it's got 200 amps of lithium power as well as 400 watts of solar on the roof. And once you step inside, you'll forget you're even off-grid. Check this out. It's got a queen-size bed, north-south facing, a fridge just like you'd have at home, huge bunk beds that you can fit a full-size adult, and believe it or not, there's actually a washing machine inside here. And what if I told you it also comes with $120,000 of cashable gold bullion, bringing the total prize package to $409,000. It could all be yours for just 30 bucks. You could win your great escape with Marta Cars for Cancer's latest lottery. Head to carsforcancer.com.au. Get in quick though, entries close January 13, unless they're sold out beforehand. Good luck.
As morning arrives, it's pretty apparent that the rain has not let up and continued to fall through the night. Again, the forecast we've gotten has lied, which means we're stuck in the bush with some pretty wet roads to get out. But spirits are still high.
I'm back in Clifford, the little Zook for this trip, but you probably noticed he's a bit of a super tourer. I've got myself a fridge in here, and that's the thanks to this Topo tinny mate I've got in here. This is a 100 amp hour portable lithium battery pack, and I'll tell you what, it is super handy. It's got a little mount, you strap it to the floor, plug it in. I've been running this all week. I've been running the fridge, charging my chainsaw batteries. Even got a camera in here, charging some of his camera gear. And the best part is, it's a high discharge battery. So this thing can run a 1500 watt inverter. I think it's still 13.3 volts, and I haven't actually charged this for a couple of days. Perfect for me because I'm always between cars. Get thrown in the Zook, put it in my GU. I reckon I'll even run this on my caravan because I can run an inverter off it. I'm that impressed with this little tinny mate that I want to give 3 of them away to you guys so you can see how good they are. Comes with everything you need to get started, everything to charge it, everything to mount it, and even this 3-gang distribution board so you can get charging super quick. All this is valued at over $1,300, and I'll tell you what, I'm that happy with it. That's why I'm gonna give 3 away. I can't fault this thing. So head to the website to enter. Anyway, the rain stopped for now, so I might pack up camp because we got some wheeling to do.
Hang on, mate. Before we go, we have some points to settle.
Yep.
Now, I reckon I got to drive through the rock garden and you had that epic drive at the top. And for that, I reckon you get plus 50 points and I get plus 30 points.
With a couple more points added, that definitely makes heaps of sense. The scores are looking neck and neck on the last day.
The bottom line is, mate, you're in the Zook, I'm in the Disco. They're impressing the heck out of us. Let's get into it, eh?
Sounds good, mate.
I'm gonna win. I'm gonna win. Sit rep. We have had, over the last 2 nights, around 100 mil of rain. The good news is the boys are in high spirits, we're having fun, the rigs are all in good shape. Coffs Harbour in the wet. Never a dull moment, eh?
With the amount of water around, we've made the executive decision to not tackle any tracks and get back to the bitumen road. But the few Ks of access tracks to even get us to the bitumen may prove difficult.
Mate.
This is a prime example of how Coffs can turn south quickly. This is just the access track and it's already becoming undrivable. We are in for a hell of a day.
TDI power!
With the Zook leading the way, the boys get on the right pedal and get through the access track. What's ahead? Well, there certainly won't be a dull moment. According to our maps, the closest route to the bitumen is about 3 Ks through this seemingly easy road. But with the rain, I think it's going to be anything but easy.
This bit's gonna pull him up. Maybe not. Roll it, don't stall it.
I think today isn't going to be about finesse,
From the bottom, Jesse says.
but rather sheer commitment and speed.
All right, let's try that again.
I'm sorry, Disco.
Get some wheel speed in the Disco. The head unit fell out.
You backed off, dude.
My head unit fell out.
That could be a points deduction, parts falling out of the vehicle.
No, it's weight reduction. I'm trying to lighten the load, you know.
Winch out.
Hang on.
When things start falling off the vehicle, it's probably a good time to consider a winch.
Proper slippery, eh? All right. Remember that rain that I said is coming down? It started again. And slippery clay, I only just got up here and it wasn't raining. Now Jesse's gonna have a go in the Zook and it's chucking it down. So, will he ride it? Let's see.
Now, I've seen Jesse drive some wild stuff, but this, well, if he can drive this, he's gonna be well clear of me in the points.
Oh, he's trying to stay out of the right. More beans!
Attempt 1 was a good effort,
I'm not sure how much more the Zook has in these conditions though.
Jesse Gleason, you are the winner of today.
Woo! Where's the texture? My head hit the roof, dude.
Dude, you came up this on 2 wheels doing
I
a
wasn't
mono.
fucking off.
Oh man, that was insane, dude.
Oh, my head's sore.
Oh, credit where it's due. That was epic. You have won this track.
That's what happens when Jock says if you don't drive it. You just gotta drive it.
Oh man, that was outstanding. It was either going to do that or it was going to flip backwards down the bottom.
Either either.
Oh wow.
Luck was on my side.
With every hour passing, these tracks become more treacherous and our window of escape slowly closes. With that, we've picked the shortest route possible to get out and we crack on.
Like it's nothing.
Doesn't even sweat.
Simon's followed suit and just like the last few days, doesn't put a foot wrong in the process.
He's gonna have to rev it a bit here, but
The long wheelbase in the TC Jeep might play to Josh's advantage here. On full noise, he's through. Tanks followed the same line, but the 79 just has a bit too much weight in the rear.
he's got good pace, he's got good pace. He's gonna get it, he's gonna get it.
So close, mate, but that's you. Let's have a winch.
Thanks, boys.
And Tank's done his best to get it to a good spot to winch. As we push deeper into the forest, the clouds are darkening and the rain will just not let up. It's beginning to feel like we're fighting an uphill battle that might just get the best of us. More and more water begins to fall on the track, turning some spots into downhill rivers.
Come on, camel!
Parts of the track that would usually be drivable become almost impossible, even with the most capable rigs.
This is just so slippery. There's just no traction. A couple of vehicles have scrabbled for traction already, taking the top off. But the good news is once it gets out past there, flattens out a bit, you can reassess.
We make it about a K towards the bitumen, but the track just keeps climbing. We are doing our best just to ease our way out, but it's getting very, very tricky. Oh man, that's slippery.
I got to the exact same spot I did before, so I think I might need to winch.
Yeah, roger.
We are well into it now, so we push on.
Jock was having a good run this day. No panel damage or nothing. And then we come to a track where a tree had fallen down. A little stick sticking out. And it contacted Jock's door. But it wouldn't be a day wheeling with Jock if he didn't do some panel damage.
Did I hit the door?
Yeah, it's rooted.
Is it?
It's getting dark. It's a true Jock and Jesse fashion. We've got a convoy of 6 mates behind us. The chainsaw's out. This is what we live for, mate. We love this stuff.
It has officially gone from a bit of fun in the bush to survival mode. And the disco is forging the path. But not without some damage.
Out here in Coffs Harbour, it is absolutely pouring down. We've just had a little break in the rain. Lots of clay, lots of mud, and every car is absolutely on the limiter just to get an inch out of this track.
Absolutely.
How long have we been waiting down the bottom here?
Oh, I'd say this is about the 3rd hour now, and we've had like what, a couple of 100 mils of rain over the last 2 days. And I tell you, I've seen some tracks in my time, but these are some doozies, eh, right?
Yeah, it's been absolutely wild, and from the radio chatter, we think old Jocko's having a bit of curry up the top there, and maybe done a couple of panels. So let's see how we go.
Love the positivity, Joshy, but it's taken us well over 2 hours just to get the disco, maybe 300 metres up this hill. We're going to have to take it vehicle by vehicle. Jesse in the Zook are light, so he's able to tiptoe on the right-hand side of the track and get to the top. Dave's up next and the Raptor has got to go to get this one done. But it's getting dark and things are getting ever trickier.
that log pretty hard.
Yeah, you did a bead.
But that's just how quickly Coffs can flip its head on you. Dave's come to an abrupt stop, and with the tyre off the bead, he's in trouble here.
Yeah. We'll just try this little baby one first, Dave. Okay. And if not, we'll go into the jungle.
Well, we asked and Coffs Harbour delivered. These tracks are steep, slippery and almost undrivable. The disco's done panel damage, the Zook squeezed through, Dave's just done a bead, I did a tyre, the boys are back down the bottom of the hill, it's slippery as all heck, it's raining, we've got broken cars, we're winching. I think, yeah, we might need to even get the other boys to turn around and we'll meet them at the pub. We're pretty much at the top, but we've got to start coming down now. They've got a doozy of a winch fest in front of them. This is Coffs Harbour at its finest, and it's getting dark as well.
With a pretty complex winch setup to get Dave unstuck, we lose another hour and the rest of the light. With the boys down the bottom updated on what's just happened, they happily oblige and head back the way we came. The conditions have just become too wet and wild for the rest to continue. For us, we need to just limp out of here, but even that could become a drama.
Well, that log that trolleyed the disco door also managed to catch the raptor out too. Fortunately, the little Zookie just cruised past it. But we've done a bead and ripped a guard off on the front. But good news is we've got it on the flat and now we can change it.
Sit rep, the steering rack end has snapped in half on the Ranger at the front. And we do not have a spare. We're about a kilometre or so from the end of the track. We just need to limp it out. So what we're going to try and do is use a King Chrome extension bit from a kit and just cable tie and tape the God-given schmack out of it and see if that's enough just to limp it out to the road, and then we can sort it out from there.
With a new tyre on and the steering rack just about holding with some cable ties and tape, we limp forward in the hope of meeting up with the boys at the trailhead. But as we descend down, things are pretty treacherous. We need to be super careful nothing goes wrong here. With some careful navigation, we finally make it down the hill into some flat ground. Mate, Coffs Harbour delivered once again. Wild, wet and insane, hey?
Mate, today has been totally epic.
And with some good drives from everyone and with some paddle saving decisions, I reckon we turn tail and head towards camp, mate. The rain's going to be coming down for a little while longer, so let's find a spot to roll some canvas out. It's well late now, and finally we make it back to some proper roads, link up with the rest of the boys and find a little spot to camp up for the night. It will give us some time to reassess this current weather situation. It may be peaceful here, but on the tracks is anything but. Another 80 mil of rain has fallen overnight, and with another storm cell just setting in, well, it looks like that's all she wrote.
Well, Jesse, Coffs Harbour, once again, I think we asked and it delivered.
Oh, most definitely. What did we get? 200 mil of rain so far, and there's another 100 due today.
I can feel water running down my backside, and I've got a raincoat on. I think Coffs Harbour, mate, has defeated us once again, but we've had steep, gnarly tracks, we've had epic winches, insane recoveries, we've had damage, we've had good mates, and we've had a lot of fun, but I reckon it's Coffs Harbour 1, us 0. It's just raining too much to drive.
It's a bit of a running theme. Every year we get rain in the Coffs trip and it makes it so much fun, but if you keep going, it's just going to cause track damage.
This is the most,
I think we're on the limit of the vehicles too.
Big time. Limit of the vehicles, as you say, we don't want to do any track damage with how much rain is coming in. So I reckon it's time to go to the pub, but there is one more thing we need to sort out, and that is the points.
The scoreboard, mate, the scoreboard.
I can tell you right now that I think I win.
Okay, I thought I won because yesterday I called it Zook track. I drove the whole thing.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I was at the front leading the way.
Okay.
Yeah, so I reckon maybe let's add some points for me.
JCL times 4 divided by 3.
Yeah. Square root of jock
square root of jock.
I win.
Does that mean you're on 4,033?
Yeah, something like that.
7.5?
Do you know, I reckon what might be better? Who do you reckon won? Let us know in the comments below.
The Zook.
But for us, mate, I reckon we get aired up we get dry, and we get to the pub.
Oh, mate, Canterbury sounds good to me.
Canterbury sounds good. In fact, look, even though I won the points, I'll shout you a beer. How about that,
sounds
eh?
good. I think it's the least you can do, buddy.
We'll catch you next time on 4Drive 24/7. Hopefully, it's going to be drier. But Coffs Harbour, we will be back for redemption. Let's get warm, mate.